Just sit right back and you'll hear a tale of a fateful trip that started from this tropic port aboard this tiny ship. The mate was a mighty sailing man, the skipper brave and sure. 5 passengers set sail that day for a 3-hour tour, a 3-hour tour. The weather started getting rough, the tiny ship was tossed. If not for the courage of the fearless crew, the minnow would be lost. The minnow would be lost. The ship's aground on the shore of this uncharted desert isle, with Gilligan, the skipper too, a millionaire and his wife, the movie star, the professor and Mary Ann, here on Gilligan's Island. Now this is the tale of our castaways. They're here for a long, long time. They'll have to make the best of things. It's an uphill climb. The first mate and his skipper too will do their very best to make the others comfortable in their tropic island nest.
No phone, no light,
no motor cars, not a single luxury. Like Robinson Crusoe, it's primitive as can be. So join us here each week, my friends. You're sure to get a smile from 7 stranded castaways here on Gilligan's Island.
For supplies, you will need plain paper, pencil with an eraser, a juicy black Sharpie or marker, and some coloring supplies. Holding your paper in a horizontal fashion, we're going to start in the upper corners, and we're going to draw some shallow, frowny lines, about 2 or 3 finger widths wide. Starting on this left frowny line, on the outside, we're going to make a straight line down to the bottom of your paper, about a finger width from the bottom of the paper. And if it's a little bowed, that's okay. That actually makes it look better. And you're going to do the same thing, bowed in a little bit, on the right side of that frowny line. In this one, you're going to do about 2, maybe 3 fingers from the bottom of the page. You're going to repeat that on the right side, only your outside line is going to be 1 finger from the bottom, and the inside vertical line will be about 2 or 3 from the bottom. Now let's connect these bottom lines. So I like to ghost draw a few times, and you're going to give it a little bit of a ragged edge along the bottom. Next, let's draw the top of the map. So we're going to do a horizontal line from the left side to the right side, and again, you can give it a little bit of a ragged edge if you'd like. Let's make this treasure map look like a scroll. So we're going to use an optical illusion and make these edges look like they're curled up. So you're going to do a deep frowny line here, and then repeat it on the left side. In the middle is where you get to draw your imaginary island. So you can just freeform this, just draw away. There's no right or wrong to how your island looks. You can add in some islands. You should add in a river and a lake. Those should be in your map. Now, cartographers use this trick to show the differentiation between land and water. So around the outside of your land formation, we're going to draw some dotted lines all the way around all of your land formations. And that signifies there's shallow water around where the land formation is. Now we get to name our island, and you could put this banner anywhere that it would fit on your map. I'm going to name mine Lapham Land. And then I'm going to box it up and make it look like a bit of a banner. So every map should have a compass rose showing the directionality of the map. So we're going to find anywhere on your map that you could fit it. We're going to start with a small circle, and then you're going to do your coordinate lines. So we're going to do a north line, a south line, an east line, and a west line. And then you can have some fun. You could make them into like triangle-y lines, like this, and you can label them with your north, south, east, and west. And if you have a letter that doesn't quite fit, it's okay to put it off to the side. You also have to add in your secondary coordinates. So you're going to make a diagonal line between the north and the east, one between south and east, southwest and northwest, and label those accordingly. Let's add some symbols now to our map to stand for different places on our map, for instance, like mountains or water. You could do some sand for beaches, little huts for villages, trees, forests. And then you're going to be adding all of these symbols to a map key somewhere on your map. And don't forget, X marks the spot of where we can find your hidden treasure. Now we have all of the mandatory things on your map. We have your island, the header, compass rose, a map key, some symbols. Now you get to have some fun adding your own fun details. For instance, you could add a clipper ship, you could add sea serpents or whales, have some fun adding some evergreen forests or castles. This is where you can really use your imagination. I also added in some fun details with some water lines, maybe a fancy edge to my map. You name it, you can do it. I'm so excited we get to color in our maps now. Now let's make sure that you take your time and do a nice, neat job on your coloring. I love colored pencils. That's what I'm going to use. I like colored pencils because you can get into really fine places for a lot of detail. You can also adjust how hard you draw with your colored pencils, and you can create shadows or you can overlap colors. So really play around with your colored pencils, if you have them, to create and finish your map. I can't wait to see what you come up with. Am I finished? Well, let's see. The things that you must have: an island, obviously, a header, a compass rose, mountains, lake and river, and symbols and a map key. The rest is all having fun, but you must have those 5 things on your map.